Hey everybody, it's Alicia from Graceful Plants, and today I'll be giving you an update on my green spaces plants as well as cloning. So today I'll be showing you a few of my Greenspaces.ID plants, and if you haven't seen it, I will be putting the link to that unboxing up here. So when I received my Greenspaces plants, they all arrived in beautiful condition and they were all in great shape. And I'm going to chalk it up to just kind of a little bit of acclimating to my house and some shipping shock. But a few of the leaves started to look a little rough and wonky. So I made the decision to just cut off the leaves on my plants. And I'm not sure if I took any pictures, but if I have any pictures of what the leaves were looking like, I will insert them over here. And yeah. So my plants look a little rough. So I've been kind of procrastinating doing an update on my plants because they look really terrible right now. They're not. They're actively growing and they're doing well, but looking at them, they don't look great. But I made that decision to kind of just cut my losses, cut off any of the existing leaves that were looking, you know, they're probably older leaves that were on their way out, and I made that decision to just cut the leaves off and let the plant focus on getting new roots, rooting themselves in, and focus on growing new stems. So that is where this comes in. So if I can get my camera to focus on this, it's actually called Crazy Keiki Cloning Paste. And I will put a link for this down in my description below. But I had actually seen this on Georgia's Instagram, and her Instagram is Plants and Things, I believe. And I'll put a link to that as well. She had used some of this on a few of her pink princess philodendrons to try to stimulate growth. And what the Keiki paste is pretty much just a growth hormone. So what Georgia was doing is she was taking a little bit of the cloning paste and putting it on any inactive nodes to try to stimulate growth from those nodes, and it worked. So we're gonna try it out on my Greenspaces plants and see if I can speed along the process of them growing back their new leaves. So the Keiki paste just comes in a little glass jar, and you don't use very much of it when you're putting it on your plant. So this, in theory, should last you quite a while. So the first plant I'm gonna grab behind me is my philodendron ring of fire. And this was the only plant that I got from Greenspaces that I didn't cut the leaves off of, because this one seemed to acclimate the best. And there really wasn't any shipping shock to the leaves or the stems. And as you can see there in the middle, he's got quite a bit of growth coming. So we're not gonna mess with him. He's doing good. We're just gonna leave him be. So the next plant I'm gonna show you is the one that I was most excited about when I did the unboxing. And like I said, guys, these look really rough, but I will take them out of the sphagnum moss so you can see that they are growing. They are okay. So this was my Alocasia cuprea. And as you can see, there's still a little bit of the stump left from the biggest leaf in there, but I'm gonna be taking him out so you can see the little active growth points. So I'm gonna try to get him out here without making too much of a mess here. And I'm not gonna pull him all the way out because I'm only gonna be applying the paste to a few spots on him. But let's see if I can get this up here to show you. You can see here, there is a new stem here, a new stem here. And if I spin you around here, there is a little node right there. And that is actually where we're gonna be applying the Keiki paste to try to stimulate growth on that point. And you can kind of see one of the new roots that has been growing. So like I said, guys, so I've been procrastinating. They look rough, but they're not doing bad. So what they suggest with the Keiki paste is to put a pea-sized amount on the node that you want to grow. So normally the Keiki paste is used in orchids, in orchid growing, and what will happen is that the cloning paste will actually grow what is called a Keiki, which is where it gets its name from, which is just a clone of the mother plant. And once it gets big enough, you'll be able to cut that Keiki off of the plant. But obviously, we're probably not going to be cutting any of this growth off. So I'm just going to take this pea-sized amount here and just apply it to that little bumpy right there. And once you apply the paste, you can just put your plant back into your sphagnum moss or whatever it is that you're working with and water and treat your plant as normal. So I believe that was the only spot that I wanted to apply on this guy because everything else is looking like it's growing pretty well. All right, so I lied. My philodendron ring of fire was not the only plant that didn't suffer from shipping shock. My Syngonium albo variegatum is also doing very well, and I did not have to cut any growth off of him. And if you can see there, I've got a bunch of new little leaves coming in. You can see, maybe, I can't tell if it's focused or not, but there is new leaves coming on each of those stems. So I lied. My Syngonium also is doing very well. All right, so the next plant I have here is my Alocasia Silver Dragon, and I did leave this leaf because it was just starting to unfurl. So we left him for the time being, but I will pull him up out of the sphagnum. So as you can see, the Alocasia Silver Dragon lost most of his roots, which is my fault. I also did this with my Monstera Kirstanianum. When I was putting them in the sphagnum moss after I got them, I packed the sphagnum a little bit too tight in the pots, and I literally rotted all the roots off. And that was completely my fault. I'm an idiot, I know, but the bulb is still in really good shape. The Kirstanianum, I will show you in another video. I ended up just chopping him up, and I am individually propagating those leaves. If he's gonna focus. So we've got some new roots coming up around here. So this guy is doing well for as bad as he looks. And again, this was completely my fault because I'm an idiot. So I am just going to be applying the Keiki paste to a few of these areas here to try and promote some more growth on him, or should I say quicker growth. He's doing fine growing back, but my bad. And again, we're just going to stick him back in the sphagnum moss, and we're going to treat him as we would a fully rooted plant and water as normal. So the last plant that I'm going to be applying the paste to is my Crystallinum. And this plant was probably in the worst shape out of all of the plants that I had when I did the unboxing. And it really wasn't in that bad of shape, but he has suffered the most. Again, he's growing. He looks rough. Some more paste on him just to kind of try and promote some growth. And I am using a new Q-tip because you don't want to double dip and contaminate your paste. So I don't know how well you're going to be able to see, but there is a node right here. And there's also a node over here. And there is one right here. So now that I've got the paste on him, I'm going to put him back on the heating mat. And I'm going to replace the humidity domes on all of these plants. And I will be doing another update video in the future where I will show you all of the plants and the progress they've made with the cloning paste. I just figured it's been a while since you've seen these guys. So I will be doing another update video on all of my Green Spaces plants and kind of showing you the growth that they have made with this Keiki paste, which I'm really excited to see how they react to this because this could be a game changer. So, like I said, I really wasn't quite ready to do an update video on all of my plants because they look terrible right now. But if you guys have any questions, comments, please leave them down in the comments below and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. If you like this video or any of my other videos, please make sure to share with one of your plant loving friends. And we'll see you in the next one. because the baby's awake and I gotta go. Bye, guys. And what the crazy Keiki. So we applied the paste to 3 different places on my crystallinum. We're gonna put them back on my heat mat. Hi, Hank. Hi. You smell that? Does it smell good? Hi.